if this is your O-ring, your bumhole, move your bumhole to the side of the seat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught official line. Welcome back to Wednesday track day sessions here at Killarney, and week 3 on this quest to becoming a better rider. Today we have 4 bikes in the paddock. We've got my CBR, we've got an R1, we've got the R1M of Mr. McFadden, and we've got, obviously, man, I cannot name Aprilia over there. So today we will be pushing a little bit harder, in the sense of we're going to try and get our lines a little bit better, and obviously a little bit of a smoother lean angle within, obviously, the apex, etc, etc. I've been struggling with that a lot, but hopefully we can try and improve on that. We have got a chain conversion, 520 chain and sprocket conversion, plus some racing pads on there. So yeah, we're getting the bike pretty specced up to obviously run with the Okes here. Not on their level, but just on my level, but on a, I don't know what I want to say, cut. Not on their level, but on my entry level learning phase, etc. Nothing too hectic. We're not going to push, we're not going to MotoGP, we're not going to SBK. We are just cruising and learning. These other Okes are going to be flying and gunning for each other, not me. I'm just here to have a jewel. So guys, I'm going to do a quick run through with the bike and what Kewyn has done. I don't know all the letters, as I said yesterday in my TikTok video, but we've done the 520 chain and sprocket conversion. It's an upgrade. The parts are the 520 DID ZVMX X-ring chain. Jeez Louise, I have no idea what that means, but I'm sure it's going to work well. And then we have the PBR aluminium sprockets. The brake pads that was fitted is the SBS DC, and DC is race orientated pad compound. Also, we've got the Power Commander 5 tuned by Julian of Superbike Solutions, and we've got the HM quick shifter here, also fitted by Kewyn. The bike has got the full, not the full, but it's got the Leo Vince exhaust, and it's got the Fakey SE Projects slip on. So we are good to go. Tire warmers is on. Okes are registering upstairs. We've got 50 minutes before we hit the track. Very excited, very amped. Also, yes, I almost forgot, the gear ratio has been obviously made a little bit shorter, so we're getting through the gears a little bit quicker. This morning on my way here, promise you, the bum was doing that. Second, third, geez Louise. Check, have a look at this. No idea whose bike this is, but this is proper. And if you check inside, we've got the 3 legends chilling here and just getting everything going. So awesome stuff. Ronald, Kewyn, and Mr. McFadden over there with his R1M.
When we get to riding a bike, right, we understand that this is the unit and we are the add-on.
Okay.
Us as people, we are the add-on, right? But we are trying to become one with the bike, right? You right now, your oneness is too much with the bike.
Okay.
I've been looking at you for a bit, and I see that you might think that you're moving around, but you're very centered on the bike.
I've seen that in the
right?
videos.
So if I can use a pogo stick as an example, a pogo stick, once you compress it, it wants to release at some point. You understand? Same with this thing. You are sitting right in the center of this bike with 2 suspensions. If your body stays centered while you are turning the bike in, the force of the bike turning, the natural thing the bike is doing is forcing itself into the ground, right? Into the tar. That's how it grips. But now your body is the add-on. So if you are sitting still on the bike and this thing is compressing itself, it wants to deload at some point. You understand? So by us changing our center of gravity, it's allowing the suspension to work without your full body weight on it.
Okay.
So if I'm going into a corner and you're putting your arms like you will sit on the bike, right? So if you are going into a corner, if this is your O-ring, your bumhole, move your bumhole to the side of the seat. So pick yourself up. You don't need to go drastic. You don't even need to go that far. Go a little bit in. Even just that. Okay. You understand? So by doing this is you saw that you use the palms of the ball of your feet. That's the position your feet's gonna be in.
Okay.
Never here. Yeah, you understand? You're always gonna ride on the ball of your feet, right? So you needed your legs to shift yourself over, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Sit down again, move yourself a little bit over, like you did now. Okay. Now let's say you're going into turn 2, and that's your position, right? The next position you're gonna do is you're gonna bend this elbow and come forward. That's what you're gonna do. You understand? You're not gonna sit like this the whole time and go into the corner, because what you want to do is you want to get your chest and your elbow to your knee. That's your position. Now move over again this side. That's your position. Can you see what you're doing? Can you see what you're doing? You are changing your body and your center of gravity the whole time. So when I go into a corner, I want to use my inside leg. Now you are on the straight and you are tucking in. Tuck in quickly. Now you see you move back, right?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you are tucking in, you are moving back. You are on the ball of your feet.
Yes.
Right? And you are tucking in. You are trying to get as small as possible in the bike. But now I'm breaking into turn 5. Now you are still sitting there. You're not moving forward at all.
Yeah.
But move to the side, okay? But now this knee is there in the tank.
Okay.
You are using.
I'm not turning it.
Yeah. You're not turning. You're braking.
Okay.
Now. So you're sitting up a little bit. You're braking now.
Yeah.
I'm using this leg to keep me centered, to keep me away from the tank. Because if I'm moving to the tank, my weight is added onto this front suspension. And the front end is already taking the weight of the bike as I'm braking. All the force is transferred to the weight. You understand? So now I want to keep myself not against the tank, but where I tuck myself in. But I want to use my leg first. Come up. I want to use my leg first to keep me there. And as I am trail braking, so trail braking means I'm on the brakes, until I get to the point where I let go of the brakes. By the time just before I let go of the brakes, that's when my knee comes out. You understand? So that's the term trail braking. Trail braking means that I'm from the point where I'm braking, I'm going to where my target point is, which is the apex. So the apex is here. I'm braking all the way to the apex, on the brakes, and I let go of the brakes. But that moment from when I let go of the brakes to when I get on the throttle, there shouldn't be a long time.
Yes.
So when I say on the throttle, think about percentages. Think about 0, 5, 10, 15%. So I want to go from 0% to 5% throttle, which is cracking the throttle. Not this. It's literally going from negative throttle to positive throttle. That's all I need. And then you'll feel the bike move. The bike will settle itself. So 2 things that we're going to do. I've explained a lot to you now. But 2 things. The reason why I said everything is I want you to think about everything. Because once you go riding, you'll start realizing, oh, this is what Ronald was speaking about. The first session when we go out now is I want you to start using your body.
Okay.
You will feel awkward. You will feel stupid. It's like when you used to do a squat in your bad habit, and you come or someone comes and said, Mark, you've been doing it the wrong way.
Correct.
And you need to adapt to the way it feels awkward.
Yes.
So right now you're going to start using your body. Think of your O-ring as where you're going to put the your bum, right? And then you're going to use your elbow. You're going to sit down. You're going to try to get my chin to my elbow, not physically like this, but it's that movement. Woof, woof. Okay. Now I'm getting comfortable. Now I know, okay, into a corner I can't sit still. I need to start using my body to allow the bike to turn. And then I'm going to start thinking about the percentage throttle that I'm going to give, those things, and we're going to work on.
Tell me something. So let's say, for example, turn 5. Yeah. What is the best point to start?
Braking.
Yes.
Okay. So there's 2 things that I can tell you with us right now. I've watched your videos and I can tell you right now you're not flat out on the back straight.
Not at all.
All the time.
Not at all.
So once you get comfortable to know that this is my speed, right? Right now you've created a benchmark for yourself, a brake marker. So let's say you use the 150 board.
Which is exactly what I use.
Okay. So now you know by the time you get to the corner, you've scrubbed off so much speed. You can almost like go a little bit again.
Correct, which happens sometimes.
So what I do is, how I break that brake marker that I do for myself is, I get to the point where I know this is where I'm going to brake, then I count 1. In my head I just say 1, or even out loud, 1. And that 1 puts me from here to there. But my ability to stop the bike is still exactly the same. It's just that now I brake the same and I feel, oh, Now you've broken that mindset, that barrier that you created for yourself. Like, I need to stop the bike here. So just count 1 as you go up. Count 1 and you'll see like, oh, I can still stop the bike. There's still a lot of mark. So I would say for you right now is get to the 150 and count 1.
Okay.
Right? And
150, 1 and then
yes. And then
trail
slowly,
brake.
you don't drag, you grab the brakes. Just
Slowly.
slowly start pushing the brakes and feel. Be very smooth. Remember, here it's not about being radical.
Yeah.
Even your movements, it's not about throwing yourself to the side. It's about slowly moving, prepping yourself. Like if you come through the kink here, right, and you're on the front straight, don't tuck in, but just before you brake, get your bum out already. And now when you sit, now you pick up. Now you don't, when you brake, now need to do everything because, whoa, then it's too much. So on the straight, pick yourself up, move your bum to the side, and then as you brake, you just have your elbow to push out. And then you do that with all the other corners.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll be watching.
Okay.
I'll be able to see.
I will.
And then once we get the body right, I'll now try and work the lines with you
Okay.
and try and say,
So
okay,
to-
Mark, because I've already seen what line you use.
So today's lesson is body movement,
Body movements.
a little bit of brake, and then obviously
Yes.
5, 10, 15.
We're still gonna do lines, but when I say lines, is not physically. Is it not recording anymore?
At least, don't worry.
Laughing at you saying we're going to do lines.
Oh, okay.
My old
Okay. I want to do the lines purely because I want to bring a concept in your mind that will help you with the lines first
Okay.
before I actually show you the line.
Okay.
So the concept is, I've listened to this guy run a marathon back in the day, right? And this helped me with every single track that I had to go race at. Is he said that they checked the data, and the guy who came second ran 3 kilometers longer than him in the same marathon, purely because he ran curb to curb, and the guy ran in the middle of the track or in the middle of the road, mostly.
Yes.
So that guy added track where he cut track.
Okay.
So here at Killarney, we don't want to, if we take a corner, let's say this is the inside curve, we don't want to turn in here and remain there. We want to run from the outside to the curb, a little bit away from the curb, back to the curb.
Easy.
So we want to keep the track as small as possible. You understand what I'm saying?
In a little bit, out in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So once that concept is there, don't cut track, run curb to curb. So if I come into turn 1, let's say we're going to this is the first apex in turn 1. I'm not gonna brake here and turn there. I'm missing my apex.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna stay wide the whole time. I wanna brake from here to the apex. Poop. I want to put my front wheel there. And then I'm gonna go mid-track. I'm gonna come back to the exit. I'm gonna exit turn 1 again next to the curb. Then I'm gonna go outside to the outside curb, but I'm gonna go across again, away from the curb, back to the apex. So it's a.
Okay.
You
I
know?
hear you.
So the way I approach a corner, is I'm on the back straight, tucked in, right? And when I'm braking, remember my knees are here. When I'm braking, I try and push my knee into the tank on the brakes, and then as soon as I'm getting to the apex, that's when I let go of my knee, and now my body is planted. My core is tight, my body is planted, and I'm looking up. I'm looking out of the corner where I want to go. Never here, looking up to where I want to go. Turning my head, looking forward.
chicken strips over here, as you can see. Got nice and low here on the side, but that does not matter today. Today we learned some stuff and it was a very good experience. First of all, again, thank you to Kewyn for all his track prep and everything on the bikes, and obviously for helping getting the bike up to spec. Thank you to the Oak I cannot mention, but we will be cycling with him tomorrow, so I will be able to show his face then, so stay tuned for that. Thank you to Ronald for the guidance and obviously the 3 or 4 lessons that he's taught me. Knee, lean, out, body, shift, chest into it. It did come all together in the last session. Always comes together in the last session. So I'll be more confident next week, not next week, the week after, and then I'll be mounting the Insta360 on a better position. Then you also can see how we take the corners and so forth and so forth. Other than that, Muscle Motorcycles, Ronald Slummert, Oak I can't mention, the Oak over here, away. And obviously to the missus, thank you for chilling with me in the heat and supporting my crazy whatever this is. Away, I love you. Boss.